Hey, what's up, guys? Today I want to have a conversation with you about parenting. And specifically, I want to go into depth about how parents bring up their child and how their children are a byproduct of their parents' behavior and way of going about things. But I want to first point out that parents think that just by helping you financially and making sure you have enough food and making sure that you're safe, that's enough to make you love them and think they're great parents, right? And for them to think they're good parents, right? Not just you, but also them. They think they're great parents because they do that. But that sort of reaches a limit. It sort of reaches a limit to where that's one part of good parenting, right? Being there financially, being there for your safety, for your, so you survive. Your basic necessities was what I'm trying to get at. So that's important, right? And parents think they're doing a good job in that if they do. And I'm fortunate to have parents that are very supportive in that area of my life. But I want to go sort of outside the box a little bit because, I just had a conversation with my parents and they're always like, we do the best for you. And we had a little argument and they were like, we do the best for you. We always try to do the best for you. We make sure you eat. We do everything in the world for you. We buy you everything. And in my mind, I'm thinking, yep, you do. But are you there for me emotionally? Are you setting a good example? Are you trying to make sure that you're a good role model? Are you giving me life advice? Like, my parents, bro, they do the best for me and necessity wise, but they're not great at giving advice. They're not good at being there when I'm down emotionally. They're never really there to check up on me. You know what I mean? And I think that's the case for many of you and many other people, right? And my dad, my mom's a little bit better, but my dad, I hate bringing him down like this, but I have to because it's so important, and I think many of you can resonate with it. But my dad is always, he's a young soul, and what I mean by that is he's always worrying. He's always like, when he talks to you, it's almost like he's talking at you. He's not really mellow in a sense, right? And he just doesn't, he's not the father that you would look for strength and advice, right? And I hate to say that. I really hate to say that, but it's really important for us to realize that we need to, if our parents are really toxic, and my parents, like I said, they're wonderful in many different ways, but sometimes, like, I tell you, I come back from college for a weekend and we already get into arguments, man. And it's like, it's just, I've almost had enough of it to the point where I'm seriously thinking of just not coming back or like completely leaving this state, because your parents are just like, if you have bad friends, right? Let's say you have a group of a bad social circle, right? And they're not great for, they're not inspiring you. They're just not good friends, right? They don't do shit with their lives. They're not passionate. It's almost like having that, but except it's your parents, right? Because think about it. Your parents, if they're average, if they're mediocre, if they're not emotionally stable, if they're not really excited about life, if they're not they're just not strong human beings, is really what I'm trying to say. You're gonna be a byproduct of that. Just like you would be a byproduct of shitty friends, you're gonna be a byproduct of shitty parenting, right? And as kids, right, we observe our parents and we pick up on a lot of things, right? We pick up on their dialogue, we pick up on their belief systems, we pick up on just how they do things. So for any of you guys, if you guys live with your parents, dude, honestly, man, myself included, we gotta cut the tie for at least a good chunk of time. You know, your parents just, I don't think it's the only component to why you could be living a shitty life, but it certainly plays a factor in why you may not be experiencing life the way you want it to be. So with that said, you know, you can have, you see, the thing is you can have compassion for your parents. Like, I try to understand my dad. I try to be as compassionate as possible. But there comes a point where you just get so goddamn frustrated at, like, the unconscious behavior and oh, dude, it's like, you know the truth, and, like, they just don't see it. And it's, like, the most frustrating thing. And it's like, you can try to be compassionate, but if you're living with them and you're still being with them, it's gonna really annoy the fuck out of you. And it's gonna make you resent them. And it's gonna make you mad and angry and not depressed, but angry, let's say. So you gotta just leave, man. You gotta find a way. You gotta, you know, if that means you have to support yourself, like, man, I'm really seriously thinking about it. Just, like, ditching their whole, you know, and another, I'm really straying off topic here, but just bear with me. Again, your parents, they have their own belief systems. I'm in college right now. I don't really think I need to be in college, right? Because, you know, for me, I'm more of a spiritually oriented person, and I could not see myself working a 9 to 5 with a boss, and just that's a shitty lifestyle. You're indoors all day, you're disconnected from the earth. It just doesn't seem right to me. And, you know, my parents, what do they say? You know, when I say I want to leave or I want to take a semester off, oh no, you got to get the degree. It's all about the degree. It means something. Well, if a degree means something, then why do we have people like Kanye West who dropped out of college? Why do we have P. Diddy? Why do we have Bill Gates? Why do we have Mark Zuckerberg? The people that dropped out of college, right? I'm going on a rant here. But the people who dropped out of college are the people who are running this world, basically. Steve Jobs dropped out of college. I'm using his iPhone right now. If it wasn't for Steve Jobs leaving college, he might not have made the iPhone, and this message that this video would not reach you right now. Like, it's crazy, man. There's so many innovators that just left and started to go on their own creative route. But I'm trying to tie it back to parenting. So yeah, my parents, they're just like, they're brainwashing you with their belief systems, and they're keeping you trapped. They're keeping you trapped in something that they think is right for you, but you deep down know that it's not. So you gotta be, if you're a young man like me, I'm 19, I'm fucking still young as shit. We just gotta, like, be fucking brave at this point in our lives, man. We gotta just do it. We gotta, you know, what's the worst case scenario that's gonna happen? You may have to work more. You may have to get a job to support yourself more at some place that you don't like. But it's better than being trapped. It's better than being trapped in your parents', like, just way of brainwashing you. It's better than doing that. And I'm telling you, man, parents and friends, and, you know, mainly parents, but they hold you back. They really hold you back from you advancing in life and spiritually evolving and personally evolving too, with your ego and everything. So anyways, I'm going to end this rant because I'm going to keep going around in circles, and you don't need to hear it. So yeah, that's it with this video. Move out. If you need to move out, do it. If you don't want to come home, if you come home on weekends with your parents and you get frustrated, don't come home. It's better, you know, I get lonely and shit, but it's better to be lonely than frustrated. Or it's better to be in solitude, not necessarily lonely. It's better to be in solitude than to be frustrated and having fights and arguments, in my opinion. You know? So, anyways, you may not agree with me. You may not think that what I said was true, but just try moving on your own life. Try doing what I said in this video in your own life. See if it works, right? You don't have to take my word for it. Give it a try. So that's it with this video. It was kind of long, 10 minutes, but if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to the right so you get notified when I upload. And if you have any questions, comments, or whatever, feel free to leave them down below. I'm here for you, and I'll do my best to respond. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.